Hello and welcome, Kindred, to another EU Happy Hour. I am your storyteller and host for the evening, Crifu Bernal. My pronouns are he, him, and I'm very excited to welcome you all to the finale of the EU Happy Hour's first ever flight.
Woo!
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's been pretty. We've had a pretty fantastic time. This is our third episode of the, as you know, up until now, unnamed Vampire Chronicle on the Côte d'Azur, and it's been a treat playing with some people who are, I would say, are like professional grade role players. Yeah, thank you all for being here. And speaking of, let's meet some of these profis, starting, of course, at the top with individual.
Hello, good time zone, everyone. I'm the Chindividual, also known as Marcus, pronouns he, him, and I play Maxime Toussaint, who is involving his entire coterie in whatever plans we're going to be up to today. Also, he, him in character. And I'm really looking forward to this finale of this so far fantastic flight.
I love Nightbot.
Nightbot's always a little tipsy when we get started.
Nightbot is tipsy. I like that.
Let's go over to Succubus girlfriend, Inez.
Hi. Hello, everyone. My name is Inez. She, her pronouns. And today I will be playing Megaramone, the big, sexy, strong woman, clan gangrel, who is also using she, her pronouns. I'm very excited to kill someone. What? Wait, what? Did I say that out loud? Huh? What?
I just want to shut the bitch.
Huh?
Oh,
Who
no,
said
not
that?
at all.
What?
Let's trickle on down to Der Weltenweber.
Hello there, I'm Der Weltenweber, also known as Weaver of Worlds, also known as Rainier from the Ministry. And today, since we also should be mentioning that, I think I am drinking some very fine Caribbean rum.
From what?
Very fine Caribbean rum. Elixir, it's called.
Ooh. Ooh.
Very nice.
Spirits of Old Man. I feel slightly insulted, actually, but
Insulted.
it's very, very delicious. But I'm going to drink in moderation, of course.
Of course.
And I'm very excited to see where this is leading. Rainier will be happy to be here anyway.
And last but not least, La Lyon.
Hello, everyone. I am Lalion Cosplay. Also, I almost said my name wrong. Also known as Anya. Pronouns are she, her. I will be playing Adelaide Villeneuve, also she, her, fashionista from Clan Toreador. And I am drinking... wait. Marcus, say the name.
Weißer Burgunder.
Ooh.
Yes, it's a dry white wine, and I am very proud of my spouse because I just told him dry and white, and he delivered. So hey.
Okay.
Oh, and if you couldn't tell, I am inadvertently, it wasn't originally on purpose, but I am cosplaying as Buffy the Vampire Slayer tonight because why not?
Yes.
Slay.
This is actually my costume from when I played Buffy in the Shadowcast of Once More with Feeling. So, hey.
Best for the occasion.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, with glasses, I feel like you remind me a little bit more of Fred from the later seasons of Angel. I don't know if you, yeah. Anyway.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Poor Fred.
Yeah, I've seen it all. Angel's actually what got me into watching Buffy because there was that episode where Spike fell down to the basement and was not wearing any clothes, and I was just like, "Oh, what is this? What is this show?"
I mean,
And this is what kind of show?
I'll say it. I think
What kind of show is this?
Angel might be better. Maybe it's different, but there's something about Angel as a series Agreed.
It's different.
There's a
Tune
lot.
in next time as we discuss what is better, Angel or Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Honestly.
I'm drinking
Anyway.
a Syrah Grenache Merlot. Aus France,
Okay.
guessing.
Aus France.
Yes, because
How many languages can you speak? in one sentence?
it is a Produit de France. So, yes.
Produit de France.
Produit de France. Which is
Exactement.
where we are setting our tale this evening. Our 4 kindred here have been living in Nice on the Côte d'Azur in southern France. And they have been running this city. But earlier tonight, a new vampire is in town. One who has been assigned by the Ivory Tower, the Camarilla, the leaders of the sect that these vampires belong to micromanage what is happening here. And our 4 coterie members have decided that this simply cannot stand.
Nope.
We are also playing a drinking game tonight, so make sure you have some sort of liquid, some sort of drinkable liquid on hand. Tide Pods do
gonna
not
say.
count.
Oh, sorry, I'm gonna put away my oil. Okay.
Here,
No.
I have a candle that I'll drink.
Don't have that chloride near you.
No. If any of our players,
drinkable by humans.
if any of our players rolls a critical, a messy critical, or a bestial failure, we all, including you, chat, need to drink. But also, enjoy yourselves. I also have water on hand. I don't know if I'll get through this whole bottle by myself tonight, but who knows? Maybe if the hunger dice go up, things could happen. I hope they happen.
So far, no.
So,
We'll see.
without further ado, unless anyone has something else they'd like to say.
Remind me the name of the bar that I had looked up. Oh, no, wait, I found it.
Hotel-
I'm good.
Yeah.
Got it right. Yeah.
Bar de Negresco.
Okay, great. Because as the camera opens, need some music.
As the camera opens, Anya plops open Google Maps.
We see a black sedan limo, no stretch though, driving through the streets of Nice, taking its time as the many tourists are sort of blocking the street paths. This is probably the first location we go to where there is a valet. And this location is on the promenade. I think it's Promenade des Anglais. Is that, yeah?
Promenade des Anglais.
Des Anglais. We see palm trees lit up with stringed lights glowing in the hot summer air of this night. It is late, probably close to 2 a.m. at this point, so we only have a few more hours till sunrise. And yet, the promenade is still filled with people, young people, families, even some children that are maybe falling asleep or running around, throwing rocks at one another on the rocky beach. We see this limo pull up to a hotel. Anya, can you describe the hotel on the outside of this bar for us?
So, looking at this location, this building, you would think that it is a what's the word? Where the different, I'm forgetting the word. Countries have their buildings in other countries.
Like an embassy.
What? Embassy. It looks like an embassy. My words failed me. It is just very large and decadent. It has like flags out front from France and the European Union, all of that. Very ornate columns and balconies. It looks expensive. And yes, roll for dictionary. I speak 3 languages. I lose words a lot.
That's fine.
Yes. So normally this time of night, this bar is closed. They close at midnight. But if you know the right people, and Adelaide does, there's an after party secret location inside.
Ooh.
So there's still a valet.
Yes, they are available. We're making this up. They're available 24/7.
Yeah, of course. Why not? This is
I mean, for a hotel, I think a valet is appropriate 24/7.
this
especially
is
for an
a
expensive
6-star
one.
hotel.
Absolutely.
So the door opens and out steps Anya. What do you look like?
Adelaide.
Adelaide. I'm sorry. I'm looking at the name on your Zoom window.
Yeah, who's Anya?
Oh, how dare. Here, I'll add Adelaide
Thank you.
to my Zoom window. Adelaide.
Out steps someone else entirely named Adelaide. What does Adelaide look like?
She's still wearing the same thing that she's been wearing all night, but for new folks, she has long, bushy brown hair that goes down to her waist and is just flowing freely. She is wearing a deep scoop neck, sweetheart cut ball gown with a slit that goes almost all the way up to her waist. She is a fashionista.
Okay.
So, yeah, and she is tall and wearing really tall stiletto heels to go with it.
From behind her steps out another woman wearing a silver beaded flapper dress, full fringe all the way down, string of pearls hanging loosely down her chest. Wearing also like silver shoes, her hair in like finger waves, like dirty blonde. I think I feel like her hair color has changed every single time we've played.
It's dirty blonde now.
Yeah. We sort of, the camera sort of zooms, like pans across her face as she steps out and looks around. This is our villain. Antagonist for the evening.
Antagonist, yeah.
Oh, no, you can say villain. You can say
I
villain.
don't know. Can I? Aren't we all villains here?
Target, yes.
know
I
what
like
you're talking
that
about.
word. She's our target.
Target
Some more
hedgehog.
than others.
Target is very good. From behind her, she turns and she sort of like quickly steps out of the way as a man in sunglasses steps out. Rainier, what do you look like?
Yeah, as you said, he's wearing sunglasses at night. Rainier is a bit on the chubby side, has long, frizzy red hair and a beard to match. He wears very hipsterish clothes, so a lumberjack t-shirt, somewhat ripped up jeans, sneakers. He does look a bit pondering as he exits the limousine, but pretty soon his trademark smile lights up like he's just so happy to be here and it's the best night ever.
The last person to emerge from the back part of the car, the limo, is a shorter young woman with tanned skin and darker, sort of bushier, curly hair. She's wearing, I think, just a simple black dress and sensible heels. And you can't even see her before she steps into the light of the street lights. There's something about her in the shadow of the car that seems to sort of fade into the background. She steps out timid and unsure of herself and her position here amongst this group. From the
Welcome
passenger,
to my world, darlings.
she looks at you. Nessie, thank you for bringing us here. And Roz nods. Can't wait to see it. From the passenger seat of this limo steps out a man, Maxime. What do you look like?
Maxime is probably in this coterie also like the shortest one. Like he's not significantly short, but he just happens to be surrounded by taller people. And he's very simply dressed, turtleneck sweater, simple pair of pants and shoes. And at this point he still has a bit of agitation on his face, but he tries to straighten his mien to look a bit more neutral, looks at the place where they drove, and actually is a little bit excited to go in there and see what this place looks like on the inside. Because I would say that Maxime has seen the hotel and the bar many times from outside, but he's not usually the one who gets invited to any kind of happenings that happen on the inside of these. He would also, if Ross and Madeleine are already like maybe making their way towards there, Maxime would be trying to fall in step with Madeleine, just trying to keep the same pace as she does.
And then the valet, nondescript man, comes over to the driver's side, where the door sort of hits him a little bit before he can open it. And out steps Megara.
Mm-hmm.
Who do we see?
We see a, what do we say? 6'4" tall woman who is stacked. She's built. She has a lot of hours at the gym. Let's say that. Let's see. She has a big bush of curls, kind of like me, but like not. She has a little more layers in there, so the curls are really like there. It's like a lion's mane, and they're also like a little bit more orangey brownish. And she has a beautiful set of cat eyes, and I don't mean the eyeliner. I mean a full yellow with a black slit in the middle. And she messes with her hair a little bit. You see she has claws that she's filed very, very nicely. And as she smiles at the valet, you see her teeth are quite sharp as well.
Yeah.
She has never been seen outside of a suit and tie. However, she has ditched the tie at this moment because she felt it constricted her a little bit, and maybe it will be constricting her later on. However, she has it on her in a pocket somewhere, and she looks at the valet and she kind of just...
He like looks into your eyes before briefly. Bonsoir, madame. Sort of like takes his head and puts his hand out for the keys.
Drop the keys in his hand. Take good care of her.
Nods. As we enter into the building, I think a few people are sort of like looking like, what's going on? There is a tall man in a sort of dark suit bouncing.
Before we go there, is Meg showing her cat eyes? So are they visibly cat-like?
Yes, she always shows her cat eyes. Yes.
In that case, if there's a bouncer, Rainier beckons her to him with, just a whack of his finger. And he gets out a pair of sunglasses from one of the pockets in his lumberjack shirt. Masquerade and all that, dear. You really need to remember that. He smiles, but it's a little bit ticked off. Just a little. Not accusingly so, but you know better than this, Mac.
She kind of looks down at him. And then she takes the sunglasses and she looks at them and she goes, fine.
Just for a bit. You can put them off once we are past the ordinary people. Thank you.
Sure.
Well done, Rainier, says Roz. I've been thinking the same thing all night, and she sort of side-eyes Meg.
She does. She has the sunglasses on, but if she didn't, Roz would see the fire in her eyes when she says that.
Rainier smiles apologetically.
The bouncer sort of looks at all of you. Then he sees Adelaide. And he says, Bonsoir, Madame Villeneuve. Bienvenue. And opens the door for you.
Merci bien.
He sort of like goes to his side and clicks a pager a couple times. Just still as he like counts the number of people that are coming in. And we walk through an almost empty hotel lobby to another set of like double doors with like I feel like they've got like black leather on it or something.
Ooh.
Yeah, there's a lot of really, I'm looking at an interior photo. There's a lot of really intense wood paneling, really beautiful oil paintings hanging high up on the walls. Like, it's fancy in there.
And there's another, this time a woman in sort of a dark suit, a very tan-skinned woman, and she nods, and she pushes open the door for you. And you enter into... well, Adelaide, what do we enter into?
It is, so actually behind a curtain, there's a secret door that the woman has led us through. Why not make up a space in this hotel?
Yeah.
And it is just the most ornate, ostentatious room you can imagine. Like the lobby of this space is pretty dang decadent, but this is even more so. Like lush velvet curtains and sofas. Like there's lounging chairs, and there are a select 20-30 people in here, maybe, all clustered around in very nice clothing, sipping on martinis and drinks that have like ridiculously designed garnishes and stuff in them. So,
I think a waiter comes over, a young woman with and like a very simple black suit, maybe like a white apron, sort of nods, and brings you over to an open table, and proceeds to just right away start serving champagne, not even asked. You can drink it or not. And she says in French this time. It's like the only place where the waiters have like started in French. Although honestly, that's totally not the case anywhere in France.
Yeah. Unless you're in a super tourist trap, then maybe.
We can assume that like French is the common language, as it were. You know, in D&D.
Yeah.
Common. Like we'll just assume we've always been speaking French. So she asks, "Can I get anything else?" She like pours like there's a water carafe already, and then she starts pouring champagne.
I think I'm quite happy with this. Anyone else?
I'm all good.
Okay. That's enough for now, Claudine. Thank you.
Of course, Madame Villeneuve. Huh?
Can I want to start looking around for something to eat.
Something to eat.
Yes.
Okay,
And
what
so,
is... Oh, sorry.
so first of all, where are we sitting? Are we sitting in like a booth? Are we like standing somewhere, or what are we
Adelaide?
doing?
We're sitting.
Fancy lush booth in the corner.
Love it. Love it.
One of those circular ones, you know?
There we
We
go.
have to
That's
scooch a little
exactly
bit,
what I was
but-
thinking.
Because like there
Exactly what I
are
was
only
thinking.
so many tables here. And you know that when you sat down, like it's not even that they don't even put like a reserved sign on the tables. But like when Adelaide comes, where she
That
sits,
reservation is. Yeah.
and you don't just show
It's
up
understood.
here. They know you're coming.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So if I'm sitting in the circular booth, I want to make sure I'm on the outside, and I want to just kind of like, have my arms up on the back and just be scanning around for something that looks hot and tasty. Let's say that.
So we're gonna make
That looks
a
sus, as the kids say.
hunting roll.
Ooh.
Where is it?
Which is
This fucking book.
What is your predator type actually?
it is
Yeah.
Siren.
Siren.
Ah.
That's why I'm looking for something hot and tasty.
Though this is good hunting ground for you then.
It
Nice.
sure is.
Mhm. These are the rich and hot people of Nice.
I also would like to remind both my fellow players and the audience that one of our chronicle tenets is artistic
Oh, yes.
beauty must be cherished and protected. And
That is true,
we certainly
which
are in a
is-
place of artistic beauty.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Mhm. That is what Adelaide is about.
So I think
Not in appreciation.
So I think basically a maybe like manipulation, persuasion, or charisma and deception or intimidation if you're gonna do some flirt intimidation.
I mean, yeah, I would love to do like some flirtimidation, but I need to find someone first, of course. So I'm just looking around the room for someone who catches my interest and maybe see if they also have some interest in me.
Where is the
You want to know the hunting roll for Siren?
yes, please.
That's charisma plus subterfuge.
Charisma plus subterfuge. Okay, let's start with that, please.
Oh, God. That's 2 dice.
You got this.
Even you.
Is there a way to help where I'm like pointing people out or something? I don't know if there's any assist that can be done here.
If you see Meg like sort of scanning, maybe you point
You do.
some people out. You can at Meg. You can go ahead and add Adelaide's number of dots and wits.
In wits?
Not in charisma? Well, wits is more about.
perceiving.
Wits
You're
is better for you in this case because that's 4 more dots.
Whoa, baby. All right.
Let's go.
I'm on the other side of the like the furthest most out section of the booth, and so I'm just leaning towards you and pointing in that direction.
Mm-hmm. That did help. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Ooh, nice.
That's not a
Very
missing
nice.
protocol, by the way.
No, but it's a lot of successes.
It sure is. That is very nice.
What is the total? 4 successes?
It's a total of 5, I think.
Nice.
Total of 5 successes. Yeah.
5 successes. Only 110. Okay.
Yeah.
You see someone. Adelaide, why don't you tell us who she sees that would be perfect?
It is actually one of the servers. They are dressed up a little bit nicer than Claudine is. They have a very, very beautiful expensive looking jacket on. Maybe they're a little higher up in the food chain of people working here. They have
The maitre d'.
Yeah, exactly. They have their hair like being a little bit of the cooler side, but they have their hair braided back in intricate braids. And it goes down to below their shoulders in this intricate braid. Couple of rings on their fingers. I love my rings.
You see them like going from table to table, sort of chatting with the various guests, making sure that everything.
Okay, so they're not like carrying drinks or whatever. They're more like hosting.
Yeah.
Got it. So I will look to my table and I will go, would you please excuse me?
But of course.
I nod. I get up. And I want to...
That's a Victoire, by the way.
Thank you. And I want to sort of... Pronouns? What are their pronouns?
They, them.
They, them. Got it. So I want to sort of see if I can get into their line of like route. So if they're taking like a route, I want to like stand in a position where they have to cross me.
You see that they're about to like cross by the bar.
All right. So I will stand at the bar then.
And as you do, they're sort of like, and they turn and they're about to like walk into you. Pardonnez-moi, they say.
Oh, please don't apologize. I was wondering, can I buy you a drink, maybe?
I'm afraid I don't recognize you. Are you,
I'm
new to the club?
I'm with Miss Villeneuve.
Of course.
Yes.
Well, you can buy me a drink. Thank you.
Lovely. And I sit them down, I think. Of course they are on the job.
Yeah.
I say, so I go, I know you are quite busy, but I would like to propose something. I am quite hungry.
A proposal? We've just barely met.
You're funny. I'm quite hungry, and I was wondering if you maybe have a private room we could talk in.
What kind of hunger are you seeking to sate?
She kind of licks her teeth. And she goes, the one that lingers too much.
There's like a flush that comes over their cheeks, and they sort of like rub their hands on their pants, and they sort of like look around. But of course, right this way, please.
I nod, and as they leave, I put a hand like over their shoulder, just make some physical contact, and then I look back to my group. I nod, and then I leave with them.
They take you into the back, into a private room, where you maybe like your hunger.
Yes, I think what you see before before the door magically closes is that I take the coat off, and I then I turn around and I look the camera dead in the eyes as I close the door.
We come back to the table and Roz says, well, finally. Adelaide, I can't believe you've been hiding this place all evening.
Oh, we saved the best for last.
I must say, you have to get me access to this club. I must become a member. And the clientele here is so delicious looking.
Well, it does take a little bit to gain membership here. Might take you a little while, but you'll get there. Until then, you can always come with me.
Just point me in the right direction, dear. I'm sure it won't take long. Besides, I need to start making connections in Nice. Business... Yes, business must be upheld. As does my... mask, if you will.
Outside of all this, what is it that you do?
I invest in wineries. In Rome, of course, this was a very lucrative business. I own several vineyards to the north of the city there. And I've been doing some research into the vineyards of the Côte as well. The Provence, as it were. And yes, I do believe I've recently made a contact with someone in the rosé business. Perhaps you know him, a Mr. Noyer, Alphonse Noyer?
You do not want to deal with that man.
Why?
He's a trash human, plain and simple.
Trash human. Is he a thorn in your side, my dear Rose?
To say the least.
Um,
He's trying to run me out of business.
Really? So, Meta, Alphonse is one of your touchstones. Also an enemy, a dangerous enemy of yours. Means that you have quite, because he's a touchstone, you have quite an emotional connection to this human. One that your humanity is staked upon, unintended.
Yes.
Roz is very interested in keen on trying to figure this out. What how you feel about him, what your connection is. Are you trying to stop her from knowing exactly how you feel about this man?
It would not be good for her to know, correct?
How much do you trust her?
I cannot throw her, so that's how far I trust her.
Okay. Let's roll deception and composure, please.
We have someone who could throw her, but she's currently occupied.
Hang on.
I
Riley
wish I
can
could.
try to proverbially throw her, so maybe he just joins in on the conversation then with a few phrases, his usual politician talk, to throw her off her game.
Okay, Rainier.
Sure.
What are you're gonna throw? So let's pull. Maybe add. How many? Let's add since Adelaide, since Rainier is aiding you with his. I don't know, words of confusion. Go ahead and add his dots of manipulation for this one.
That's 4 dots for you extra.
Excellent.
Teamwork.
Okay, and then sorry, it was composure and what?
Deception. Oh, subterfuge. Excuse me.
Subterfuge. Okay,
Too
so
many
one more.
game
I was like, I
systems.
can't find this. I can't find this. What is it? Okay. 2,
Make a
4,
nature
6,
check.
8 dice. Oh God.
Oh God, I've spent at least 3 of her willpower to since we began playing.
Oh, good lord.
I have 4 successes, and one of my failures is a 1.
That's fine. That's fine. 4 successes.
Yep.
Would you like to spend a willpower to reroll 3 non-hunger dice? Because I When you crit, each 10 counts as 2.
Okay.
I have 6 successes.
I don't have any crits. Oh, Jesus. So how does the willpower work?
How much
I just
willpower
check
do you
one
have?
off. I have 5.
Yeah, so you check one off. That's counts as superficial damage, which means it can be regained the next night, or when you do something that to further your ambition.
Okay. So then I can re-roll 3 of them.
3 non-hunger dice.
The hunger dice were both successes.
Oh, lucky
so.
you.
Yeah, that was a 6 and a 7 on those 2. Okay, that one was cocked. So 9, 7, and the double zeros is a 1, right?
Double zeros is a 10.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
I always forget. Okay, so I got a 10, I got a 7, and I got a 9. So that's 4 successes then?
4 successes.
It beats you by
So
2.
that's 8 total.
8 total successes.
Oh,
8 total successes.
okay, you beat her by 2.
Wow.
Not bad.
Wow.
Not bad at all.
Okay.
The problem here... No, it's not a problem. It's an opportunity. You got a messy crit.
Ooh.
You had 3 10s, and 2 of them were on her hunger dice. Oh. He needs to either gain...
I took a drink even though it wasn't one of the characters.
Hey, yeah, we all
crits.
got a drink for that. Thank you. We're gonna... this is hard. I need your help figuring out how she reacts, okay? Messy
Okay.
crit.
All right.
The character gains... So they become monstrous in their response. They either gain a stain,
Ooh.
they breach the masquerade. That might be a fun one. But I don't know how she would breach the masquerade per se.
Could maybe say something in the heat of the conversation that could endanger the masquerade.
Ooh. Okay. Got it. So she's sort of like her red nails like dig into the tabletop as and she just like brings up her other hand to like shh, because as Rainier is like speaking.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you let a trash human degrade you in this way? Take care of him. What kind of kindred are you? Right as Claudine is coming back with like, I don't know, bar snacks or something, and she sort of looks, and Madeline goes, she looks at Claudine, and Roz, her eyes narrow, and you can see her presence turns on, and Claudine sort of like literally takes a step back, and the tray of like snacks that she was holding and bringing out to all the tables falls, scatters all over.
And I go and catch them,
Ooh.
catch the tray before it can fall because I'm right there. I'm right there next to her.
Make a dexterity and
Okay. 3.
athletics.
Oh God, I don't have any athletics.
If only I was there to help you.
Yeah. sorry.
Ah! I'm busy getting some. Fuck.
You can.
Yeah, that, yeah.
You can do a blood surge, so rouse your hunger to give yourself one extra die.
I mean, if I miss, then it just clatters to the ground.
And I think that's a
right?
part of her breaching the masquerade, is that as everything clatters to the ground, everyone looks, and Roz immediately, like, she's turned on her blush of life. As everywhere we've been, she's made sure that her blush was on, and she immediately like gets red in the face, of just like realizes that the room goes to a hush and everyone's looking at your table as she's made visible scratch marks with her nails in the.
So I did get 2 8s. So I succeeded.
Yeah, You succeeded.
Somehow.
She didn't learn anything from her because this is more like you were defending her social attack, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
She just waves Claudine away. Right, so, Adelaide, I must insist that you don't deal with this human. I will myself. Or perhaps you're too afraid that I'll make an ally where you've made an enemy.
Oh, he still has his uses. However much of a thorn in my side he is.
Maxime, you see Madeline like look over to you, look at Rainier, look at Adelaide, look at Raz.
Mm-hmm.
Poor little fledgling tap tap.
I just quickly look at Madeline, and I just nod at Madeline, but I am mostly intrigued by Roz's behavior right now. As you mentioned yourself, this is an opportunity here, and Maxime is just quickly looks at Rainier, just trying to catch his eyes for a moment.
I mean, it's hard to tell where he looks, but
he has the sunglasses
very
on,
slight
right?
and subtle nod.
Mm-hmm. And then I look over at Roz. Did you know that the hotel that this bar connects to has an original crystal chandelier, which was commissioned by Tsar Nicholas II himself?
Sorry, who are you saying that to, or just the group in general?
To Roz.
Tsar Nicholas. Wow. Interesting. If you'll excuse me,
To be fair, as far as I heard, this entire hotel has fascinating interior. And I look over at Adelaide. Do you think we could, with your connections, maybe tour the premises a little bit?
Oh, certainly. That would be no problem at all.
It might be good for... I understand that my tempers have flared as well in this night, and tension might be rising. And from my experience, it is sometimes better to have conversations while stretching your legs rather than resting them.
And that suits the soul, does it not?
I suppose. Yes, I would love to see this hotel and more of the beauty that Nice has to offer. Yes.
I will just see then if I can find Megara to also inform her of our plans.
Oh, I could stay behind and wait for Meg. I'm sure that she'll be finished soon.
That would also be an option. Just don't linger too long. I think you can tell our guest for tonight more about this place than I can.
Not to worry, I'm sure she'll be along soon enough. And I'll just
Rainier,
flag down Claudine if she's
Rainier,
willing to come back, if not someone else.
have you ever been inside the hotel?
Can't say I have. He looks at the pictures around, so the paintings. Although I must say I regret not having been here before. This is just spectacular.
Maybe a little tour around the premises will give you more ideas for business opportunities.
Oh, I'm sure it will. Well, what are we waiting for?
Megara, you and the Maitre d' Victoire, come on out. The Maitre d' Victoire is a little like, And they sort of nod. I must get back to work, but perhaps I'll see you here again or later this evening. I work quite late hours. Maybe we can meet for a cup of coffee at sunrise. Sorry, you're muted.
Am I? Huh.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. Interesting. She goes, you'll see me here again, don't you worry.
Well, a great evening.
Thank you. You as well. And she turns around and straightens her collar.
I'm assuming you
and
like
goes,
one hunger?
Yes. I did not kill them.
I did not kill them.
Yet.
I did not touch her. I did not.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Yes, and then I'll return to where my people were. Probably just finding Adelaide, though.
Claudine has come by and, assured you. I mean, you probably know everything goes on your tab and you'll pay it at the end of the month, most likely.
Yeah.
It's an automated thing out
That's
of your
okay.
checking account. Your IBAN, and there's no...
I think as I walk back to the table and I see no one but Adelaide, I think I stop in my tracks. And then I just...
Have we gone ahead of Adelaide?
Yeah,
No?
they were going ahead, and
Okay,
I was staying
yes.
behind waiting for Meg.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes. So I stop in my tracks and I look at Adelaide. It's like a scan, a full body scan. And then she just and then she gets closer and she has her hands in her pocket and she goes, well, where's everyone?
They went on a tour, and I thought I would wait for you so that you wouldn't be left here alone.
It's very kind of you. I put out a hand to help her up out of the seat.
Shall we join them?
I pull her in a little closer. And I look at her and I go, yeah, of course. And I turn around and I go,
Let's go.
And I turned on the romance music.
Aww.
So we might have something a little bit longer.
Mhm.
You catch up with the rest of the group. Where are we headed? I don't know if that's a question for Adelaide or who have intentions.
What accusations? No, of course I have intentions. Maxime mostly knows the hotel mostly from the historical facts about it. As mentioned earlier, he doesn't really hasn't spent much time in there, but as a bookworm that he is, he knows a bit of the history around it. And I'd say that at this point, Maxime, Rainier, Ross, and Madeline, because Maxime is making sure that Madeline sticks around for now and is not left alone with Ross at any point. We're in the royal hall, the royal lounge of the hotel, and dangling above us is a chandelier made out of 16,309 crystals that refracts the light that comes from it and bathes this entire lounge in a beautiful glow. And Maxime is standing there looking up at it, and he mentions just a little bit sad, actually. Tsar Nicholas II did commission this masterpiece, but he was unable to actually ever see it. The October Revolution and everything took his attention elsewhere. It is, however, beautiful, isn't it? Even how old it already is, there's still such a shine to it.
You can see that Roz is almost mesmerized looking at the such beautiful pieces of craftsmanship can almost send a Toreador into a near hip when they encounter it for the first time. He is very much almost breathtaking if she had to breathe.
Rainier is actually standing outside of the room, and as you know, even though he is wearing sunglasses, sort of shadowing his face, and looks very displeased with this. He's a member of the ministry. They hate light, and this is just, he's having the migraine of the century over there. Oh,
I would like quickly look over my shoulder to see where Rainier is, and
he's just standing in the corner like, oh, fuck me.
Doing an apologetic nod at him, and at the same time trying to see if I can already see Megara and Adelaide approaching, because especially out of respect to Rainier, I don't want to linger too long here, especially since I get the feeling that the way that Roz is very enraptured with this, bringing her here has done the purpose I hoped it would have. And I'm hoping that the rest of the coterie is catching up soon.
Yeah, they're on their way. It's not taking too long.
I'm just imagining, Maxime telling he never got to see the chandelier, and Rainier is like, lucky bastard.
So the lingerers catch up. Raz sighs. What other wonders does this place hold?
Many, although this is definitely one of the most beautiful.
Always best to start with a bang.
Adelaide, you come here more often than I do. You could maybe already take Roz, and he looks over at Rainier, maybe also Rainier, to something else to already look at? Another room? Another part of the building?
Well, I'm sure that we could see if one of the suites is available.
I hear that some of the suites here have beautiful paintings. Magnificent masterpieces, 18th, 19th century. That should be something older. That I would hope that. Roz, you enjoy art? Fine art?
Of course. I have multiple art degrees.
Multiples, even.
For several decades, one finds that one needs to spend their time doing something fruitful.
Certainly true.
I underestimated you, Ross.
Many do.
So wait here one moment, and Rainier, come with me, and we can speak to the concierge.
Oh, I love you more than words can express right now.
Maxime, I'd like you to roll manipulation and subterfuge, adding Adelaide for manipulation. We're doing some tag team in here tonight.
Add 4.
Add 4?
Yes.
Nice.
manipulation and subterfuge.
Yeah.
Okay, manipulation. And I can add 4 dice.
Mhm.
Yep.
Let's go.
Oh no.
1, 2, 3, 4 successes. It's no
good.
bestial failure. There is a 1
It
on the 100 dice,
lies.
but I
Okay.
do have 4 successes on that.
Okay, force. I had 2. So yeah, she's very much enraptured. Not you and Adelaide both got the sense that she has no idea what's coming. So Adelaide and Linnea go off to find the, I don't know, a night manager or something.
Yeah, a night concierge at the front, and as we go, I say, Linnea, can you get this one? These rooms are a little bit pricey.
Don't worry about it. He shoves up his sunglasses a bit more. Oh, just for getting me out of that room, I owe you one. And he gets one hand into his jeans and pulls out a black credit card.
How many resources dots do you have in resources?
I have 4, so I guess this one's on me.
Yeah, I don't think there's a role needed. The night concierge is a little like, oh well, that's a black credit card. Okay, well, I think we've got a room available.
I knew you would. Thank you ever so much.
It's the Onyx Platinum Obsidian card. Diamond
what is
also
needed.
status.
Mm.
Just all the gemstones.
But
Oh, yes.
foil collector's edition. It's,
It's the credit card made out of star metal, actually.
Yeah.
Asteroids.
And Adelaide runs her perfectly manicured hand down their arm, like, I appreciate it ever so much.
Of course, of course. In fact, let me get you the suite in one of the penthouses near the roof.
Sounds wonderful. I very much appreciate it.
So it'll be like a 2-story suite with like a great
Nice.
big deck that like isn't the top floor, but it's like the second to top.
is the deck
Sorry, dog wrangling.
facing an eastern direction?
I think so.
Good.
I mean, if all else fails, Rainier will pay extra just so it does.
Okay.
You know, like, the only one with an Eastern view is already taken. He punches in some numbers. It's not.
You will we'll have to move those guests. Maybe there's an issue with the pipes or something. And how
I'm
long
sure
will you be
they'll
staying,
understand.
Mr. Betrog? Maybe one night?
Sorry,
Or,
I
how many
didn't quite
nights
catch
are we
that.
buying?
Sorry, didn't quite catch that.
How many nights? Like one night stay?
Let's say 3, just because it's a bit more, or let's say a bit less suspicious.
Got it.
Mm.
They personally show your group to the elevators, and like sort of like open the elevator for you, and like step in as you come in, and they hit the button. Yes, well, please have a wonderful night.
Thank you ever so much.
And they nod. They step back as the elevator. Ding. I think Roz takes an appraising look once more. Rainier, he says. Please don't take offense, but from the looks of you, I would never have guessed that you could afford a place like this. Why aren't you on the guest list of this club?
It's not my vibe, so to speak. I prefer a bit more down-to-earth style, but I found that money helps with getting around, so he shrugs. I took to earning it.
Well, I will have to keep you in mind the next time I'm throwing a party. Of course, all of you will be invited. In about a week, I think, once I get settled into my new abode, I will be able... I'll throw a little party for Kindred and guests. Of course, refreshments are a must.
Oh, absolutely.
But of course.
Madeline, maybe you could invite your sire up from Cannes. I'm dying to meet him. Madeline sort of looks down. There are many who would like to meet him. He is quite the influential man, but I'm afraid he is far too busy with the upcoming film festival. There's much to do. Yes, of course, that is why I need to meet him. Probably one of the most influential kindred here on the Côte, he says, very American. The Côte.
Le Côte.
Is it like a coat, you put on the coat?
Yeah. He's one of the most influential man on the Côte. No,
Yeah.
it's not so bad. She's very much trying. She's one of those people that's went to Europe over the summer in college and was like, I'm in love.
It is how you say. You know how to say you speak English. Shut up.
Everyone smokes in Europe. What do you mean? Of course,
everyone
I'm having
says
wine.
Barcelona, but it's actually Barcelona.
So,
It's actually actually.
God, that's what I do the same thing. It's so annoying. But at least I'm aware. I
There
do
you
it
go.
for fun. So the elevator opens up, and we head to the penthouse. What does this penthouse look like? Rainier, why don't you describe it since you did pay for the space?
Hey, not me.
Let me think. So it is very luxurious, of course. It's 3 rooms, not including the bathroom, of course, which is laid out with marble. It has, of course, a king-size bed, which is freshly made, big, fluffy cushions and all that. Looks basically like snow. The interior is very classical, but with a slightly modern touch. Big slab of marble, very elegant, but with a flat screen on top, with all the bells and whistles, of course. The centerpiece is a very large room with a big couch, the aforementioned slab of marble with the big flat screen, and a very impressive big window, which come day will, of course, feature a majestic sight over the whole town and the sea, of course. The more you pay for the view, and it shows. It's, even at night, just breathtaking.
I think Madeline immediately rushes out to the deck. Probably the most animated we've seen her all night. She's, with this view, it is so incredible. I can't believe you can see the entire city from here.
It is a magnificent view indeed.
Roz sort of, looks at the young woman as she runs out. So naive. She better get used to it. I mean, don't get me wrong, gorgeous setup, but once you've been in the Camarilla for a couple years, or as long as I have, this starts to become standard access, if you will.
Rainier makes a slight wave with his hand. Let the young ones enjoy it as long as they can, won't you?
Too bad we don't have any refreshments in here. I should have done what Meg did and fed on the help.
Oh, it's easy enough to call down.
Could we? I'm a little peckish.
Not a
Rainier
problem at
will
all.
gesture towards the phone. Rainier he takes his sweet time, however, not obviously so, but he walks a bit slower than he usually does. So if someone wants to act on something, now's the time.
Yeah, I'm looking at Maxime.
While Rainier is slowly going to the phone in his relaxed attitude, Maxime says, Roz, you need to give the fledglings, as Rainier said, still some chance to adore these things. And I think for us, it's also a good reminder to take in the beauties we might have forgotten. Won't you join me on the deck?
Of course. Well, let's join Madeline as she enjoys the view. I'd like to see it for myself. Her silver fringed beaded flapper dress sort of sparkles in the dim light of this penthouse. And we step out onto the deck. On one side, to the south, thinking about directions, we can see the ocean, pure darkness.
Okay.
And to the north, we see the glittering lights of Nice laid out below us. I think you can see my manor from here. She points eastwards towards the hills where all the mansions are and where the prince has their own mansion. Well, Madeline sort of looks up. Oh, really? And she begins looking her as well.
Maxime also looks in that direction, facing the same way that Madeline and Roz face. And he says, well, after they all had a chance to take in the view, he says, things got a little bit heated in your conversation with Adelaide, Roz.
Perhaps.
I guess I'm chilling inside, or
your choice.
I feel like I shouldn't be here for this conversation, so I'm with Rainier, just quietly muttering our plans or something.
Rainier acts as if he's dialing right now.
Ah, yes.
Maxime says, I can understand, and as you have seen this night, that it can be hard to restrain our emotions. But you are here for an official function. Wouldn't you agree that you should set the example? Be a beacon for us all?
That is exactly what I intend to do, Maxime. It's a shame that none of you, she sort of moves her head to indicate the rest of you, were able to rise to the station that I have been granted. It's a shame that I had to fly in from Rome to whip into shape this operation of Corentin. They don't know what they're doing and what kind of opportunities they're missing here on the Côte.
I will give you this. Corentin is a prince with flaws. a prince who has blind spots. But here in Nice, Corentin understands that we don't need a title or a station in order to be motivated to keep the domain safe. My coterie, these assembled, talented kindred, have been making sure that even with Corentin's shortcomings, Nice is safe.
Yes.
And it is that why I am wondering more and more since the start of this night why you even came.
I've come at the behest of our leaders in Paris, and it concerns me to question the commands that are coming down from the top of the tower. I thought your clan of all clans would understand the need for hierarchy. And Madeline sort of like looks over at that, intrigued.
A station and hierarchy have their roles. I've been raised by my sire to respect the pyramid, but I've also been raised in my years since my embrace that to climb the ladders, one must actually climb it. You, Roz, might have climbed many ladders around Europe, but you haven't climbed in Nice yet.
I've climbed all the way to Nice. And as far as I can tell, there's only one more rung for me to climb to, that of your precious prince.
As she says that, I want to quickly glance inside the suite and check in what the situation is in there.
I think if you glance inside, you meet Megara's eyes first, who is just staring at the both of you at the bar. She's staring at you, waiting patiently, like a tiger low in the grass waiting for her prey.
Megara, have you made any preparations while they've been talking?
I've stretched. Yes,
But
Okay.
it's more like, like a like that. And she's cracked her knuckles, and she's taken out her tie, and she's just started wrapping that around her fist.
What about the rest of you? What preparations are you making inside?
Okay, remind me what's useful for vampire fights because I've never done this before.
So less of a reminder and more of a tutorial.
Okay.
What's useful? Well, vampires are very tough, so you're better off using piercing weapons.
Okay.
Anything like blunt trauma, like most of that stuff, vampires just absorb.
Okay.
So like daggers, a stake, of course, is always very useful. If you get a stake through the heart, combat over. If you can, you may want to use some of your mental ability, your less so aggressive abilities to distract, as it were, and set others up for the spike.
Okay, so like because new to this stuff. I have rapid reflexes, fleetness, and compel. That sound like things that would be useful for this?
Compel could be very useful. It would
Okay.
distract her, make her do something, like you're casting command, essentially, if it works.
Okay.
Sort of, debuffs, as it were.
Okay. I'm pulling it up so that I can read it super quick. No, I don't want the video game version.
Rainier, what preparations are you making?
After he's done, fake dialing, not actually calling, of course, he will actually go to the bedroom and look for something made out of wood that he could try and break to make into a makeshift stake, as it were. He's not very strong, though, so it would have to be very, very soft.
This hotel is quick. You find a wooden toothbrush in the bathroom with your last name written on Artrug.
Now that service, Rainier vows to tip and just breaks it in half so that he has two sharp ends, basically.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
As I see then the coterie, like I probably didn't see Rainier as he's looking at the toothbrush he's preparing, but as I look inside and see everyone go about their thing, I look again at Roz, step a bit closer, look at her and say, like untypically look at her with my eyes looking at her eyes. And I say, apologies. This must be a long night for you as well. And I would not want you to lose your temper again. And as I do that, I want to use Extinguish Vitae at her, which is, it's a blood sorcery discipline power.
Okay.
Costs me 1 rouse check, and I will roll intelligence plus blood sorcery, and she can roll to resist stamina plus composure. If I succeed, I increase her hunger by 1. If I critically succeed, I increase it by 2.
All right. Make
My
your
pull here is basically I want to increase her hunger so that she starts acting irrationally and bestially, giving us a defense for our case for what's happening. So I'm first going to do the rouse check for that.
What level of discipline is this?
This is a level 2 discipline.
Got it.
Rouse check. Rouse check succeeded. So
No
I'm
hunger.
still on hunger 2. And I'm going to do my intelligence plus blood sorcery. That's what it says like. No, wait. It was intelligence plus blood sorcery. Intelligence. How do I... No, shut up.
Roll 20.
Oh, wait. No, I'm just wondering, how can I roll a discipline? Do I just pick the intelligence and then add the dice equal to the discipline?
Yeah, pretty much. At least that's how I did it.
Okay, so that's my intelligence, and I do 2 extra dice for having blood sorcery 2. Let's go. Both of the successes on my hunger dice, but none of them are 10s, so it is 2 successes from my end.
I have 3.
You could willpower it.
I could willpower. I'm gonna willpower it. So thanks for that tip, Ines. Totally gonna willpower that, and I'm gonna re-roll 3 of those die. That's at least. Then
One
we have
more
stalemate.
success.
We have 1 more success. We have
I've
3
been-
versus 3.
Well, I'm catching up on New York by Night. Kai goes to the active Kindred.
Ah.
Ah.
So
What
as
does
I
this
look
look
in
like?
her. So I look into her eyes and just very briefly, while I make eye contact with this, which is already for Maxime quite the thing to do, you just see very briefly that his pupils go wide, almost filling completely his eyes black, and you just see those black veins going through the white of his eyes as he's just channeling the blood sorcery. And once the effect takes hold, there's just his pupils go back normally, the veins disappear, but there's just this brief puff of blackness coming from the eyes.
There's a visceral reaction from her. She goes, she can feel like fire in her veins as the blood boils instantaneously, extinguishing the amount of vitae she has in her system. What the? So we're in initiative now. Surprise, the round. So first off, we start with the surprise. You'll go last. Everyone else gets to act. Besides Madeline, who will not get to act. She'll go last as well. She's surprised.
Oh, please. I see her reeling from this, extinguished vitae. And I start walking towards her. And I just put him up.
Put him up.
And I just, I wanna take a good swing at her.
Take a pop.
Good swing.
Yeah.
Do you have feral claws?
No.
Okay.
Not yet.
You haven't activated them, or you don't have them as a character yet.
I don't have them.
Oh, okay.
I wish I did.
Take a swing. Strength plus brawl.
Oh, let's say, yeah.
I'm gonna roll Dex plus, what is it? Athletics or brawl to dodge?
They brawl.
That's athletics. Normally,
athletics?
brawl would be to block.
To fight. Okay, well, that's bad for her.
Thank God.
Yes.
One success.
Let's see.
Plus brawl.
I don't have my daunt up. No. That's fine.
Holy smokes!
Wow.
Is that a?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
sorry.
gonna hurt.
Is that a messy crit?
No,
No.
because both
No,
of
it's
the tents
not.
are not on the hunger die.
Got it. So that is a crit, though.
But that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 successes on that
Holy
punch.
shit.
So
Oh,
you're
you're
gonna do
gonna
like
knock her off
7
of the
levels
path.
of halved damage. To
I'm
her.
drinking to that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Me too. Come on.
He doesn't
Yeah,
have a
so
whole bunch of
I
health.
have a drinking problem. I can't get
Go ahead and
describe.
describe as I.
yes.
Four?
So she has really wrapped that tie tight and good around her wrist. And she as when she punches, you see it rippling through her. her muscles start to ripple, and she just puts all her force behind that punch. And yeah, she basically it looks like she goes past her. But that impact is definitely visible on Roz.
It absolutely is.
And you hear Magra growl.
So, if I remember correctly, you do a point of damage for every extra you do beyond her blocking.
Right.
So she had 1 success. You had
dodging.
8 successes. That means 7 points of damage. She's a vampire, and this is superficial damage, so she halves what she takes.
Okay.
She only has 4 hitboxes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 means, because once you take superficial damage, you start over taking
Aggravated.
aggravated. Thank you.
Aggravated damage.
She's taken 3 points of aggravated damage from this punch.
Ouch.
Meg!
I told you Meg's strong.
Bam! So straight up, when she reels back, blood is oozing out the nose.
God.
It's still not liquid. It's like sort of congealing. Nose completely broken. She's got blush of life on, so bruise immediately begins forming, and she's like, "Fuck!" Okay, Adelaide and Rainier.
I think what I want to say, by the way, is she's like, she just goes, woof.
Woof.
After you, Adelaide.
Adelaide?
So Adelaide would just come up, like, be a distance away because she doesn't actually want to fight necessarily, but she's just going to look at her and say, be a dear and just stand right there and take it, and use compel.
Okay. She gets to fight this because she's not a human.
Yes. And I looked at the thing. It is, hang on, I clicked away to look at what was happening with the dice.
Compel is your charisma plus dominate versus her intelligence plus resolve.
There we go.
Okay.
Which is not very much. It's actually only 3, but hey, I'll try.
I mean, she is not really in a situation to. She's not in the best place to disobey you. Let's say it like that.
I'm spending a willpower.
Okay, is it worth it to spend a willpower when I failed
you have
all
3.
of them?
You have 3 dice, right? And one of them is a hunger die. One of them is a hunger die.
2 of them.
Two of them are
hunger.
hunger. So you cannot re-roll those with willpower. So if you would spend willpower, you could only yes, but that's 1
I have
point of
2
willpower.
successes.
Okay, so there's no way to do this.
No.
Hey, it's my first time failing at a roll.
Fine.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, indeed.
She is
Cheers.
way too much in shock to even register what you're saying as you step out onto the deck. Let's pop over to.
She does have a knife in her hand, just in case, that she grabbed from the kitchen.
Oh, okay, kitchen knife.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's still a
Yeah,
looking knife.
just kitchen knife. It's not decoration.
Honestly, even better.
Rainier.
Yeah, probably more functional.
Rainier will. He has the toothbrush in hand and will bark over at Mac. Hey! And he will, flip it over at her, just in case. And then he will look at name's Ross, and just pull down his glasses so you can see his eyes, which he doesn't do as well most of the time. You have fucked up. And he just wants to, basically he wants to grab her attention so that Mac can, so that if she does anything, it's against him, not against Mac, because we need Mac.
Is this Eyes of the Snake or just a regular social roll?
It's a regular social roll because I don't have Eyes of the Snake, sadly.
Manipulation
It would have been
and
super useful.
intimidation?
I don't have intimidation, sadly, but I can try.
Okay. I'll also take like a melee or brawl roll instead, but otherwise.
Not really my forte either, so it's a
Leadership?
pure attribute for me. Rainier is useless in combat.
Okay.
Don't say that. You made a steak out of a toothbrush with your name on it. There might be the beauty that we sink your name into her heart.
Yeah,
that is
that's
actually
true.
so good. Wow.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll.
That's pretty cool now that you phrase it like that.
Just roll manipulation then.
All right. Oh. Well.
You could still willpower that, right?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna. I mean, it's only 2
I have 4
die
successes.
for me, but I haven't spent a willpower yet, so
Perfect.
I'm just gonna roll 2 10-sided die. Oh well, 1 more.
She's like,
Never
it is her
trust
turn.
a snake. And he grins and he actually starts to laugh, which I won't do because I cannot fake laugh for shit.
This is the end of the first round. She has 1 point of superficial damage left. If I take all 4 aggravated damage, do I fall into torpor?
Is that a thing?
Yeah. If it's just the aggravated, if that fills you up, you go into torpor. But the terrible thing about being in torpor is that we can basically do what we want with the body.
Yeah.
And that's still a very, very bad situation for her.
And also, while you are in torpor, at least for most of the time, you still experience what's around you. So it's not
Exactly.
like you're in a coma or something. You are still there spiritually.
Oh my god, that's terrible.
No.
That is
Is
terrible
it?
and terrifying. Yes.
I thought that
It
was
is
the paralysis.
Oh
Torpor
my
is like you're
God.
sleeping.
No, torpor is when you get staked, you also go into torpor.
Torpor,
That's the
yeah.
thing.
That's
Oh,
what it-
fuck
Yeah,
me.
So you're not just paralyzed when you're staked, you go into a state of
I hate this.
Huh?
You blink if you had to blink. And she has run past you all and is opening the door to the penthouse. And
Fuck celerity.
is making her way out of this place. There is I have to rouse the blood. Success.
Oh my god,
Uh,
bitch.
This is
Okay,
bad.
wait, sorry. Roz is the one who ran?
yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I was standing by the door. Is there anything that I could have done to stop her?
Roll dexterity and your dots in celerity.
If you have celerity as a discipline, it's a discipline.
I do. I have 2 in celerity and I have 3 in dex.
Ooh.
So I'm
You
also
go.
gonna roll for this to fight it.
I have 3 successes.
2.
No, 10.
No, I have 3. But
No.
But is Ross the active kindred in this
yes,
one,
it
right?
is her turn.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh.
shit. Wait, I can re-roll one of them.
Okay.
With a willpower.
This is true.
Go for
That's
it
true.
because
Come on.
It's a success.
all right.
It's a 6.
How do you stop
Oh my
her? You see her.
Yes.
Time slows for you as you see Roz just like running through. Everyone else is like moving slow motion. What do you do?
I have the steak knife in my hand and I'm just going to jab it straight into her stomach
Okay.
and stop her in her tracks.
So we're gonna call this like an attack of opportunity or whatever. Who gives a fuck?
How about that?
You're gonna roll melee and strength.
Ooh.
You need to beat 3.
Oh, good. I have 2 in melee.
You need.
Huh?
I'm gonna say
Two
you need
strength.
4 successes. If that's even
4
possible.
successes.
I need all of these to be a success.
Don't forget, you can
Oh,
surge
God.
the blood to give
Yeah.
yourself an
Okay,
extra
wait.
die.
Do that. Do it now.
Okay, I will do that.
So make a rouse check first. See if your hunger goes up.
Okay, remind me of a rouse check.
Just a single
Just a
die.
D10.
Just 1d10.
1d10. If
Yeah.
it's a failure,
It's a 6.
it's a success. Your hunger does not go up as you call
Okay.
upon the blood to give yourself more strength.
Please
then
give me
So you
strength.
get to add an extra die, right?
Mhm.
If
Yeah,
if
so I
get
have
that, yes.
I have 5 dice now.
Come on. And you can still have willpower if necessary.
Yes.
All of us, bless the dice.
6,
That's
6,
Ingrid.
6, 10, and 2.
4 successes, which is what you needed.
Oh my
Yes.
god! You made
Nice.
it!
As she's running, the 3 of you just like turn your heads and you see what the knife. You were holding a knife, right?
I had a steak knife in my hand.
You see the
Steak
steak
knife.
knife inside of her chest, not
No, in her stomach.
in her stomach,
Yeah.
and she just like moving fast motion and just falls to her knees and then back. The silver beaded fringe dress hitting the floor and a
Nice try, darling. You're not getting away that quickly.
but as her features like paralyze. Madeline's turn. She screams. And we're out of initiative. Holy shit.
I want to cover her mouth, first of all.
Yes.
I want to cover her mouth.
Ranier wants to look at her and he wants to use entrancement on her.
On Madeline.
On Madeline, so she stops screaming.
Okay, so we're gonna stay in initiative, or are we dropping out of initiative? We'll drop out of initiative, and Ranier, go ahead and make that entrancement. Do I roll against it?
All right, that's charisma presence versus composure and wits, I think.
Composure and wits. He has quite a bit
I
of that.
think so. Submit.
Quite a bit of that.
The extra dice.
How interesting. Fledgling. How interesting.
That's 3 successes for me.
I'm gonna spend a willpower.
As one does.
Yeah.
5 successes.
Oh god.
So
Okay,
you're probably
Randy
not
still
aware
tries,
that this doesn't work? Or are you aware that this doesn't work?
I mean,
I
if she
don't
doesn't
think so.
stop screaming, then
Yeah,
it doesn't work.
So Ranier tries, calm down, look at me. But if she starts screaming, if she continues screaming, he just mutters, oh shit.
I think she'll stop screaming because this involves composure. So she composes herself, looks at you. I'm sorry. What's going on? Please explain. And with that, we'll drop out of initiative.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, I start unwrapping the tie that has been around my wrist, and I just kind of and then I
Way to
lick the
go,
blood.
Mac.
I lick the blood off of the tie.
What the
And
fuck? I mean, let's be real. She's a, frail little rose. So like,
but
holy shit.
I didn't think I would punch that hard.
That hard.
I have never in my life have I in Vampire the Masquerade gotten a critical on a brawl check. Never in my entire
That was
life.
amazing.
Yeah.
And it was so good.
It was
felt
so freaking cool.
It felt like satiating hunger. It felt like so good.
There should be this was a play of the game moment. That's like you see this replayed in 3 different angles.
Fucking
yeah.
yeah. Love that.
Also,
yeah.
I just want to point out that I got 3 6s with that 10.
That was good.
I got 3 6s, which
I
is
heard
like
you say-
super.
I heard you say 666. I was like, how fitting. That is so funny.
So perfect.
It's one of those, it's one of those moments where the dice just land in a way that changes everything. I mean, she could have easily gotten out the door and escaped, or if she hadn't taken so much damage, you could have started, pulling presents and manipulating the room, or I don't know, pulling the gun out of her clutch that she has.
Ooh.
Yes, which you find in her silver
She had
beaded
a
clutch.
gun?
Yes.
Brother's
Is
got
it
a
a Derringer?
Yeah, it's a very, very, very small one. Madeline could have.
Adelaide takes it and tucks it into her clutch.
It just, one
Why
turn.
not?
Well, Hedgehog, I will say, one of my favorite moments of one of my favorite things about V5 is the advanced conflict rules. 3 rounds and out. So the fact that we did it in 1 round is pretty great, but 3 rounds goes by pretty quickly when you're in a combat, and it really provides a more cinematic narrative experience.
Especially when you have a one punch mag.
Well, there is that.
Yep.
Well, and you got the surprise on her too.
Well,
Yeah.
yes. Maxie with the surprise, that was really good.
And I tried to.
yes,
we had
go
a
ahead.
roll earlier where I was like, "Hey, does she notice that they're plotting against her?" But
Oh,
they didn't. The dice makes a huge difference.
Yes, for sure.
Mhm.
So after we've done that, I think I will let Maxime explain why we just did what we did to Madeline.
What's going on? I do not understand. Please.
I just very quickly look at the now paralyzed Ross. I look at Adelaide, who dealt with that. I look at Rainier and Magara. Then I turn my back to the scene, just looking out across the deck into the same hillside that we just moments ago looked into with Ross as well. And I say, in this city, Madeline, we stand together. We are a front that remains strong as long as we are united. Roz did not come here to make us stronger. She came here to find our weaknesses, to find the gaps and the frail bits, so that when her work was done, others might exploit it. The thing that she forgot, that she didn't see, couldn't see through her point of view, is that from the outside Nice might look frail. But it sure isn't. And as I say that, I quickly look at Megara. If you intend to stay here, Madeline, if your intent is to make a place for yourself here, I would be honored to take you under my wing. But you first need to learn what your place would be.
Make a charisma and leadership roll, please.
Leadership. And charisma. 1, 2, 3 successes.
He looks at you, sort of eyes very wide. Elaine warned me of the machination of Kindred, the tower. Told me myself as fully possible. Those in power. I thought perhaps that might be Roz, but I was mistaken. Would be honored to serve.
This whole time, I'm eyeing her to see if she's legit or if she's playing a part.
Make
Rainier.
Rainier as well.
Yep, Rainier wants to basically check her.
Let's roll wits and insight, both of you.
All right.
Can I have my persuasion body language be a part of this?
I think that's just for persuading people your body.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I probably get tapped the secret vein though, right? Because I basically check if she's keeping a secret in some way.
I think secret vein is more about secret organizations, no?
Yeah, fair enough.
Then no.
Unless she's part of one.
She's not.
Okay, so what are we rolling again?
Insight and wits.
Secrets that people keep that would make them vulnerable to influence from the church. So yeah, fair enough.
Okay, so sorry, insight and what?
Wits.
Elaine?
Elaine?
Sweet. I will take that.
Am I saying that right? Elaine? Elaine.
Elaine.
Elaine. I'm so glad we have an actual French speaker here.
Oh, that's the best shield
Did I-
failure.
Insight is 3, wits is 4. I need one more die. Okay.
I'm gonna re-roll my 3 die
I don't know.
because I really don't want to have a best shield failure now.
Ooh.
Oh, come on.
Oh my god.
Well,
What'd you
bottoms
do?
up.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's a beast.
Indeed.
Oh no!
There's a beast of failure. Yeah.
So do you want me to act that out?
Well, so I'm going to ask you. We have several options. We have a stain, a masquerade breach, or a loss of advantages.
I'm gonna go with a stain.
Wait, I'm sorry. No, that applies to messy criticals. Bestial failure is a potential like frenzy.
Mhm.
Oh no.
All right then.
Let's double check.
So do I roll against frenzy then?
Let's roll. I'm going to roll compulsion. So you're going to get a compulsion from this, Rainier.
All right.
Paranoia, which fits very perfectly. So your compulsion is paranoia. Hunter and hunted, a vampire always needs to keep their eyes and ears peeled for trouble. With this compulsion, that need flares into full-blown paranoia, as the hunger reminds the blood of its vulnerability. So you need to try to disengage from any perceived threat, suspecting anyone and anything. Any action not taken toward that immediate end incurs a 2 dice penalty, and your compulsion will end when you've spent roughly an hour in a safe spot.
Rainier shakes his head. I don't know about you, but this is really getting to me. He glares at the poor girl. You are hiding something. I know it. Do you know why I know it? Because my clan deals with hiding shit. It takes a liar to know a liar. And I've got my eye on you.
I promise. No, I'm not lying.
Oh, that's what I always say too. And look at me. He grins. You cannot trust me, and I cannot trust you, and we both know that. Enjoy your stay. He looks at his coterie. Really, I mean it. Enjoy it, but be wary. This is not over, and I'm not gonna watch it going over. And he turns on his heels and just walks out.
Okay, so while with that, I had 4 successes. 2 of the successes were on my blood
Hunger
dice,
dice?
whatever they're called.
But they weren't 10s.
So I can. None of them were 10s. I can do willpower and reroll the other 3, but
It's interesting that Rainier leaves like this and it almost explodes like this, because you look at her and you see there is no front. This girl is incapable of that. Whatever suspicions you may have had about her being not being a fledgling before this have evaporated in the way that she's reacting to what's going on. Maybe though, Rainier has a point. She has this sire who Roz was very interested in, who is in Cannes. Ken.
it's one of those names that I'm just like, I don't fucking know.
I'm so sorry.
Honey?
Ken you? If my French colleagues saw me doing this, I'd be so embarrassed.
No, it's
And
one of
they're here
those I've
tonight.
never even bothered trying to figure out, because I'm just like, this is a stupid name for a town. I hate it.
But Adelaide, you see
Anyway.
her anxiety that is occurring here. And I'm going to say you have an idea as to what clan she might be. Malkavian.
And what idea is that? What was it?
Malkavian.
And tell me what that means.
Freaking knew it.
Because I don't know what that means.
The Malkavian clan, when they are turned, their mind breaks a little bit. We are trying to avoid Malkavian in, so quick history. Malkavian is kind of a politically incorrect clan these days because of the abled viewpoint in which they're like they're represented by a broken mirror, and so they do gain a sort of mental disability as they are turned. But that often is
okay.
because they have an ability to. They're also known as seers.
Yeah.
And can see the future. Malkavians of old as well were also capable of spreading their madness to other people. Up until this point, I don't think Madeline has shown any sort of, but like the way her anxiety is coming out is literally radiating off of her at the moment. She's like sort of grabbing things, she's shaking, she's like grabbing on. You can see this is a real problem.
While my companions have been checking what her deal is, I've walked over to Madeline. And she's still also out on the deck, right?
Yeah.
We're still out there. Is she like nervously in one corner or something? Is she maybe
she's
like
not in the corner, but she's clutching to the southern railing.
Okay. I go stand next to her on the railing. I lean against it after she said what she just said. And I have my back to the outside, standing next to her. I look at my coterie. I see Rainier dashing off. And as she says that, I don't look at her, but just look ahead and say, "Are you hungry?"
Fix her head. I'm just afraid. Please do not hurt me. I don't know what is going on, and I do not know.
Do you have a quiet place you can stay?
I could go home. I have an apartment not too far.
When you go home, when you rest up there, should anyone ask you about what happened tonight, will you tell them that it was Ross who started this?
She looks at you, and then she looks over at Meg. Nods her head.
By the way, Meg has this whole time, she has undone herself from her shirt and her coat. And so she is in her sports bra, and you see that her lower abdomen is wrapped up in bandages. And she is just like breathing like a rugged wolf. Like she's like having this breathing, and as Madeline looks her way, she gives Madeline a little smile, and a reassuring nod, to have her make sure that she's not that scary.
I don't know if that's making it any less scary.
You're making it worse.
That is fine. That is fine.
The only person she trusts here
That's
tonight
fine.
at the moment is Maxine.
Mhm.
Adelaide and Meg are her unknowns. This is all out of character, and Rainier, of course, not to be trusted. Has no idea what's going on with that guy, but
Of course.
he just stormed out of here accusing her of things he does not
He
know.
basically told her, "You cannot trust me," and we both know that.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, Adelaide is sitting down on one of the cushions that's sitting out here, and she's just cleaning the knife that she had just pierced through Roz.
Madeline, can you get home safely by yourself?
Yes, I will try. Maxine, please take my number. Call me. Or rather,
And
he knows better than
says,
to pass out phone numbers.
yeah, before she completes that sentence, I pull out a calling card with just like no phone number or something on that, but just the address of our communal haven.
Got
I
it.
pull that out, hand that over to her, and I say, don't worry to drop by. This is certainly a place you can feel safe.
It's so hard to like not be able to rely on cell phones in a vampire game.
Isn't it? Isn't it?
Especially
Yeah.
modern days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, what am I supposed to do?
Like send out a letter, but that'll take like a day.
I really like it. It's a nice change of pace.
We need to invest in a network of message runners, people we can send out on bicycles through the city.
Yes.
Okay, so when I was, just to change topic slightly, but similar thing. When I was a kid, one of my friends was, I forget where she was from, but she was an expat living in the US. And I would tell her to call me. And to her, that meant come to see me, come to my house. And so it could be like that kind of deal. Like, oh, yes, call me. And that's
AKA
physically
get to my fucking house.
come to my house
Call me.
to call on me.
Yeah.
Interesting. That is actually pretty cool.
So
Fun fact.
Maxime hands over that calling card or that like address card. There's no phone number or anything on it. And would make sure that if Madeline is going to leave, he would make sure that he shows her to the door of the suite.
Luckily, she sort of looks out into the hallway. At that point, Renier has already grabbed an elevator down, so she feels more comfortable waiting for an elevator. And in the penthouse, we are left with Meg, Adelaide, Maxime, and the torpid corpse.
Yeah, once I close the door behind me with Madeline out on the floor, I turn to the remaining coterie members. And since vampires don't breathe, this is a bit untypical, but you actually hear Maxime sigh. There's actually like this coming out. And I walk over to the torport Ross. Great job. This was a great performance. Shall we... Do you have any more business with her? And I turn to my coterie members.
Her eyes are glassy. You can, if you look hard enough, you can think for a moment that she's looking back and forth between you.
How late is it at this point?
3 a.m. There's another 4 hours to sunrise.
Well, Megara stands up, kind of like, like feeling at her arms, and she just goes, "Will we tell the White Tower?"
We'll tell our prince that during our pub crawl, Roz lost her temper. She decided to go out on this trip with not enough blood in her veins. And before it could get too ugly, things escalated. And we don't know where she ended up. We just made sure that she would not break much more of the masquerade. In our narrative, this will be a failure of the tower that we adjusted for. I just think that no one should be able to find Roz anymore. Such a beautiful view. I think she would enjoy it. One last time.
I couldn't agree more. Adelaide finishes cleaning off the blade and just sets it on a table.
I think Meg at this point starts kneeling down and picking up Roz, kind of like bridal style. And she like looks over her face, the work that she's done. And while she's carrying her to the deck, you just hear her. And then she lays her down and she goes, "It is so sad to see my finest work go. I would have loved to tell my pack of the accomplishments I've made."
We lay her out on the deck. I
Yes.
need to ask all four of you, what humanity level do you have?
Oh, well, at this point, I still have humanity 7, but I have a feeling this is going to
Yeah.
change.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Same.
7.
I think we're all at 7 at this point.
7.
Yeah.
All four of you, even though Rainier is not here, will take a stain this evening.
Yes.
At
I'm
the end,
fully
acceptable.
complicit in this, so fair enough.
And at the end of the session, we'll roll this. We'll make a remorse check to see if you keep that human. To be fair, this is all within our chronicle convictions.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Nothing here has gone against that. But humanity
No.
7, you believe that killing is
Yeah.
sinful.
Yeah.
It's wrong in pretty much all cases.
I hate to put that, such a Christian bent on it, but to be fair, most vampires believe that the first vampire was Cain. So that's kind of, there is a at the very least Old Testament, which
Well,
Yes.
It hits
I mean,
several different
Old
religions.
Testament, that means it's also Jewish, so hey.
Also Muslim. So like there's a Judeo-Christian
basically-
Islamic sort of bent with this.
we were basically all okay with collaboratively killing someone.
Yeah.
And at Humanity 7, that's just
That
no
is
bueno.
kind of
Yeah,
That's
weird.
That's
Yeah.
premeditated murder, which is never
Yeah.
okay.
exactly.
The hope is that
Manslaughter, involuntary
No,
manslaughter.
not
with
only
Humanity
that,
7.
we're also now, after the fact, are going to pretend like it wasn't our fault. It's actually like we're going like, no, this wasn't our bad. We did the
Yeah.
right thing.
Yeah.
hydrate.
Yeah, I mean,
Thank you,
if
Lalion.
if it were involuntary manslaughter with Humanity 7, then maybe under very specific circumstances. But
Yeah.
this is,
Right.
premeditated murder.
Even then,
Yes.
involuntarily would probably put a stain. I mean, this could
Yeah,
be
probably,
two
as I said,
stains,
in
but we're gonna leave
very,
it.
very specific circumstances, maybe not. But this is not one of them, not in the slightest.
We're gonna leave it at one stain. We put the body on the deck, and the three of you, are you staying here in the penthouse today, or heading back home? What's the
I
dealio?
think we are, right? I think that was the
Yeah.
point, that we booked 5 days and that we would be here
3 days.
three
Yes.
three of them, and that we would basically watch her decompose.
It's especially, I would want to make sure that we can make sure that she doesn't leave the deck until the sun rises and
Yes.
the sun cleans up what we did.
She's in
Yes,
torpor
exactly.
for 2 to 4 weeks.
Yes.
Yeah, so yeah, that's
But just
Well,
to
yeah.
be sure, like
Yeah.
make sure that no one disturbs the body before she
Mhm.
goes away.
Yes.
I'm assuming we
Oh,
put the
good.
do not disturb sign on the penthouse door.
oh
Oh,
yeah.
100%.
Absolutely.
Where do you barricade yourselves? You do need to find a point in the penthouse where you will not be touched by the sun to sleep.
Would the
Well-
bedroom, first of all, the bathroom probably does not have windows. And then second of all, would the bedroom in a penthouse not have sun blocking curtains?
It would.
Like blackout curtains.
Yes.
I believe that
Probably.
would.
The three of you just lay down on the king size bed together.
I think
I
that
mean-
Megara does not lay on the king size bed. I think she would keep that for them both, and then she would roll up in a corner like a puppy.
Oh. Okay.
Maxime
And
would actually
Adelaide
tell.
oh, go ahead.
Maxime would also just sit down in whatever kind of, if there's like a luxurious chair or somewhere in the corner, he would just sit down there, and when the day sleep comes over him, he just like falls asleep in that chair.
And Adelaide?
What would Rainer do?
Well, let's check with Adelaide first before we see where Rainier goes.
Adelaide just strips down naked.
Hey, yo.
Just like luxuriates on the king size bed.
All for herself. Wow.
Claims it.
Wow.
She
it.
does not have any compunctions about nudity. She does not
Good for
care.
her. Good for her.
Nice.
We're gonna go into. Well, Rainier, where do you go for the night? Before we head into final moment.
Rainier goes back to his haven to calm down, getting some people to do bad shit, his usual. So we had 4 hours until daybreak when he had his little temper tantrum.
Correct.
He will later on call the suite then. I guess he knows the number, or at least can find it out easily enough.
Okay.
And just to basically whoever picks up the phone, I apologize for my little tantrum right there. I think it's best if I cool off and we meet tomorrow, if that's all right.
Wait, who does he call?
One of you, whoever answers
One
the
of you.
suite phone.
Whoever takes up the phone if it rings.
Because we're not calling each other cell phones.
No.
That is true. I guess it would be Meg who picks up the phone.
Yeah, in
And,
that case, yeah.
And she goes, all right, well, good to hear you're safe. We will catch up with you in 3 days.
Enjoy your stay. Courtesy of me.
Thank
Good
you.
night.
Rainier. Good night.
Yeah, then he's just sleeping in his haven, blowing off some steam, laughing at the snake pictures at his wall, the usual.
Hey. We're going to fast forward. We see the sunrise. We see a brief puff of smoke and flame on the deck of the hotel. And then the sun sets. And then fast forward some more. And we've got not too long. So I want everyone to think about what their final scenes are. So these can be montage moments, or if they want to go talk to someone or talk to each other, let me know. But yeah, these are the sort of these are our final moments of the flight.
Yeah, sure. I think I'll start. I think I have in mind exactly what I want to do. After we've gone home, I'd say, right? I think Meg wakes up after a long day of sleep, and she wakes up and does the usual routine, gives Toby some cheese, and she's then kind of like at the kitchen counter, just thinking to herself very hard, and then eventually gets dressed, takes her keys, and closes the door behind her as she leaves to go to Adelaide's apartment.
We're back in the
apartments. Yes.
Okay. We've
At
left.
least
Maybe this is
yes,
like 2
we've
nights
left the
later.
hotel.
However.
Yeah, exactly. And yes, she heads up to Adelaide's penthouse. Waiting. Well, no, she's not waiting. The door's open, I guess. And she walks in and just kind of stands there and just goes up.
There's some quiet for a time. You look around and you see the piano standing alone. You've only ever heard Maxime play it. Until finally Adelaide comes out and she's wearing this long flowing like silk robe kind of thing. Just big bellowing sleeves and big bellowing legs on her pants, like whites and like bamboo shoots and things like that on the pattern. Oh, Meg, brings you here?
Good morning, Adelaide. She's wearing something completely out of character, but still something in character, which is she's wearing her she's wearing joggers and then a sports bra and then a shirt that is completely open and has like very short sleeves, so that her skin has most room to breathe. And she goes, she has her hands in her pockets. She goes, just wanted to talk to you. That woman we saw in my bar. She doesn't give you trouble, does she?
No. She's a person from my past. It's not that she gives me trouble. It's what she reminds me of. She sits down at the piano and lifts the whatever the thing is called, the thing that covers the keys.
What?
Yes?
What? If I may be so bold, what does she remind you of?
Love had, love lost. She's human. She didn't know who I was. And when we dated, and when they said, when the government said that we could almost be married, it wasn't the same, but she asked me to marry her. She didn't know who I was. She didn't know what I was. I couldn't. I panicked. And I told her no. And I ran away.
I get down on 2 knees beside her and I take her hand. And I go, it's all right. Let me take you out. Like on a real date. Like, let me show you what it's supposed to be like.
I'm scared.
With me around? It'll be all right.
Like that.
I'm glad to hear. I think she holds open her one of her arms for a hug.
She goes to you.
And I give her a very, very big hug. Like, envelops her, basically. Tiny woman, big woman.
She just laughs, sobs in your arms.
She just goes, let it all out. It's all right. She just kind of like strokes her head, and eventually when she's done, she kind of takes her shoulders and holds her a little bit away from her, and looks into her eyes, two cat eyes looking back at you, and she just goes, tomorrow, 8 p.m. I'll pick you up. All you have to do is look pretty. And she just kind of gives her a little nudge at the chin.
When am I not?
I think she then stands up. She gives a little bow. And then she goes, take care of yourself. And if you need me, you know exactly where to find me.
We only live in the same building.
The camera
And
fades to black. Opens up again. Where? Maxime or Rainier?
After you.
Maxime.
You sure? All right then.
Go ahead.
A few days later, well, not like maybe like 1 or 2 days after this evening, Maxime would have liked to have a little conversation with Corentin. Checking in.
We're back on the yacht.
I'm not sure. Back on the yacht, in that bedroom again.
Corentin today is this slender, dark-skinned man with a smooth, bald head and long, black, fluttering eyelash. Is wearing gray. A gray, oversized, button-up sweater. And sort of business casual gray slacks. As they're once more seated on the large bed at the bottom of the yacht, staring at Maxime.
I assume you have heard about the most tragic events around Roz.
It is quite tragique, as you say, Corentin says. They nod. I can't help but wonder if Roz was far too comfortable in our city as a newcomer, as an American usually does. It was
Overstepping her boundaries.
boundaries, Maxime, that I may remind you, you had every right, as far as the tower is concerned, to overstep.
Permission to speak freely, my prince.
Please do, darling.
Ross will not be the last one that will be sent to Nice. We need to fortify our position, project our strength outwards. There are those within our domain who shake at the foundations of your rule.
Really? Can you name them?
I wish I could. I fear that it is whispers and hearsay. You know how our kind can be.
Up until tonight, or the last few nights, I have not needed any help in managing this domain. You and the rest of your coterie have done well, keeping the domain free from trouble. But, Maxime, I require someone who
I
has
think you do.
the power needed to make decisions.
Don't you wonder why it was specifically a harpy that the Ivory Tower sent?
Someone to collect information, no doubt.
I also think it is that in their traditions, the tower thinks certain positions are vacant in Nice.
Well, they are. We have filled no positions here. There's me, and there is you.
But there's also many capable other people.
A few.
Why did you never consider to have a harpy of our own? To raise Adelaide to those ranks?
What need have I for that? I know all of the kindred in Nice personally.
I know. But the thing about societies that rely upon hierarchy is that they cannot stand if there's a rung in it that is empty. It will always be tantalizing and attractive to climb towards that. It could be, my prince, formality, purely formality. But I think if we want to make sure that the tower stops bothering us, we need to project that they have no reason to bother us.
As you are so concerned with keeping the safety and peace of this region, Maxime, why, I see no reason not to appoint you as my newest sheriff.
Corentin, you see Maxime, like his eyes has been darting around, but now he's like straightening his position to keep the domain safe, to make sure that the traditions are upheld and that unity is guaranteed.
We have been safe for this long, but tonight, the change is overcoming the world. Even Nice is not being left alone. You will have full access to my security forces and the responsibility, the might needed to command it.
And I assume I would have the right to handpick those who are supposed to assist me in this?
I would not see it any other way.
Maxime ponders for a while and then slowly goes down on one knee in front of the prince. My liege, your offer humbles me, and I accept the position of sheriff for this domain.
Good boy.
I slowly rise. Will that be all, my prince?
They nod. And the camera pans away once more. The Rainier. Where are we, Rainier?
After meeting the rest of the coterie again, apologizing for his outburst, Rainier is once again in his room, which is rather shabby looking for someone of his... for someone who has as much money as he has, but is decorated with a lot of pictures of snakes. One snake wears a crown, another one shoots lasers out of his eyes. They all look ugly, but Rainier seems to like them. And I have sent you a message asking if it's all right if he calls a certain person.
Yeah. Yes.
Then Rainier will take out his smartphone, dial a number, and wait until until either the mailbox speaks or someone picks up the phone.
Rainier. What language are we speaking?
I think they are speaking French because Rainier doesn't know any other relevant language for that.
My dear. How are you? I haven't heard from you for so long. Of course, I've been busy in my studies. You wouldn't believe how much work there is left to do here.
I know you wouldn't want it any other way. And this is why I didn't bother you with my calls. But things are progressing smoothly, and I think you wanted to know that.
There's a feminine sort of laugh on the other side. I imagine she's a little... The laugh is grating, I would say.
Yeah. But Rainier bears it.
What is it you need, darling? Please. Ask, and it shall be yours, my treasure.
I should like to meet you again, because those are things we should be discussing in person, and maybe away from this city. The wards tend to have ears here, and, well, you know as well as I do that the gospel needs to be spread in measures.
Of course, and that's why I rely on you to do the work that we have to do.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. Shall we meet at the usual time, at the usual place?
What is that usual time?
I imagine he has a house somewhere a bit outside of Nice, which even the coterie doesn't know about. You know, not a haven or something, but a small house no one really pays attention to, where he sometimes goes certain days of the week, certain times of night, just to be for himself. And sometimes other people are there too.
I'm buried up to the neck in stacks of books and scrolls, but maybe I could use a break.
I hope so. Well, until then, And good night.
Good night, my child.
And yeah, he hangs up the phone, looks at one of the snake pictures, which shows a golden snake that has some candy floss for teeth. Man, this shit is stupid. But it sure pays the bills.
Mm-hmm.
And this is gonna be good. And if I may take control of the camera for a bit, it fades to black as Rainier starts to laugh very heartily.
Yes. The camera opens once more into a room dimly lit by the sort of blue fluorescent screens of the blue fluorescent light of multiple screens. We see two people in suits. Their faces sort of darkened, hard to read. They're going over these screens. A masculine voice says, "Blank body 8519 has not reported in several nights. I think she might be gone." The other voice says, feminine voice, "Well, reports say last that she was going off with several unknown blank bodies the night of the party on the yacht. Do we request permission to investigate?" The masculine voice says, "I don't think we have any other choice. The Vatican certainly will need to know about this." She nods and begins typing. And that is where we end our vampire story.
Ooh.
I gotta go to the bathroom, so I will be right back. Y'all can do your talking.
We're just gonna.
Gonna leave
what?
with that? Oh my god.
Man.
So abandoned with that?
Man.
Some handsome blue shit going on right
Yeah, it's just. Oh.
now? Well,
We're fucked.
the Vatican.
I mean, no, we have it everything. Like Rainier is making some weird deals there. We had a very beautiful scene between Adelaide and Inez. Maxime gets a promotion, and also the Vatican is involved. This is everything we need.
Nobody expects the Second Inquisition.
Oh,
Yep. You're right. Mhm.
it's really what we need. We need this attention here. Oh,
You need a cliffhanger.
amazing! I
That was really
am
good.
so happy how that encounter with Ross ended up, that we got that Meg got that punch in, that we got it ended up
That
in
was
that
amazing.
It was
It could have-
awesome.
way. It
was
could have
one of
gone
my-
so wrong.
It was one of my best moments in roleplay, I might say.
Oh,
It was so cool.
fantastic.
It was really
I
cool.
got the gut stab that I was hoping for. That
That
made
was
me
really
very
cool.
happy.
Like for me, in my head, it made me feel like we just blinked, and at the next moment, they were at the door, her with a
Yeah.
knife in her
Yeah,
stomach.
That was
That's
so
fucking
cool.
sick.
Okay, I have to pause because Hedgehog said, "I honestly don't think I have enjoyed watching an AP as much as this, and I'm including Dimension 20 in this."
Wow.
Oh, thank you very much,
Wow.
Edge. Thank you.
That is
Thank
very,
you.
very
That's
kind.
very kind.
That
Thank
is
you very, very
You are
much.
wonderful.
You're breathtaking.
No, you're right. Yeah.
Honestly, I think we should be all very pleased with this nice arc that we put up in like just 3 sessions.
Absolutely.
Like I think especially
Absolutely.
going from like the start of establishing everything, then the rising tension in the second session, and then this finale in this one.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Top
It
pacing.
was-
amazing.
it was
Very
just
pleased with this.
Very
perfection.
Oh,
Yes.
oh.
It was very,
And
very
now we
cool.
have cliffhangers. We have too many cliffhangers, and I'm blaming my fellow players, and I'm blaming Krifu. There's too much stuff to get back to.
Yeah. I am very, very glad I got to ask Adelaide out on a date. It was
Oh,
very,
that
very
was
cute.
so
Very, very
adorable.
They are
sweet.
such a cute couple.
Yes.
I'm still getting over my crying.
Oh,
It was very, very
I mean, you did warn us.
Mhm.
oh.
Yeah.
I did warn you I was going to
Yes.
cry. Like
Yes.
anytime I have a character that has some emotional thing happen, I will cry. It doesn't matter if I'm a GM or if I'm a player, I will friggin' cry.
Mhm.
I can't help it.
It's okay. I totally understand.
It's completely all right.
And
It's
if
completely in
anything,
character.
Don't
Yes.
apologize for being you.
exactly.
Krifu, how did you enjoy running as a storyteller for this? I'm
Yes.
curious.
I very
I'm
much
also
enjoyed
looking
it.
at Hedgehog's cards.
Yeah, I will say, Hedgehog, thank you. That's a huge compliments for saying that we're
Yes.
even like
Yeah, that's a pretty high compliment.
in the same vein as Dimension 20. I definitely think we've got some, as I said at the very beginning, professional quality role players here. I think all of us, myself included, I'm not that humble.
Yes.
Include yourself.
Absolutely. Each and every one of us.
I mean, I like literally have a rose tattooed here.
There you
so
go.
The Toreador in
Yeah.
me is like, of course I'm, professional grade.
Yes.
Yes.
Bitch.
Fabulous, darling.
Wonderful. Anya, as we've said before, one would not guess this is your first time playing vampire.
Absolutely.
Yes, like as there are issues with not issues, but like you don't know the rules. So what? Like
Yeah,
the nice thing about vampire is
No.
that the rules aren't that hard.
They aren't. They really
it's
aren't.
loose and fast. It's great.
It's so loose and fast. It's one of the reasons why I like V5 a lot. It feels a lot more what is in service for the story. And that's also why I'm a big fan, of course, of the EU Happy Hour, because in all of our happy hours, we sort of throw rules out the window and focus on what is fun. Rule of cool 100%, which is I do not do that in all of my games. My home games, for example, I'm very much rules is written. But here I want to tell a good story. I think we've done that.
I think we've done that too.
I think so too. And this is my first time being in an actual play that is more than just a one shot. And I love
Yay.
it so much.
Great job.
It's a really
Great
nice.
job.
It's so much better. I would not running a vampire one shot doesn't work. Doesn't make sense.
No. Doesn't.
Yeah, it
No.
Sure doesn't.
really doesn't. It has to be a few shot.
It has to be a flight at the very least. Flight of
Yes.
wines that we've gotten to taste. I look at the relationship map. A big part of V5 is creating a relationship map for all the NPCs the players have. And I think about, we touched maybe half of this. Half would
Yes.
be, there's a lot more to go. So I don't know, Kindred, K-Knights out there in the audience. Will there be more Vampire the Masquerade in the future here in the EU Happy Hour? Or will
I
there...
fucking hope so. God.
I want it.
I mean, that's also the other
We
thing
need
is that,
more.
Inez, I've been dying to play Vampire with you for quite a while.
Yes. Like for so long. And now that it's finally happened, I'm so glad we did.
Mhm.
Like you messaged me, like, let's play some vampire. I said, fuck yes.
It's October, bitch.
Oh my God.
Let's play some
It's
fucking
October.
Vampire.
Yup, for real. And I'm so glad to be part of such a great group. I think that this is one of my favorite vampire campaigns I've ever done. So yes.
Awesome.
Or
Amazing.
campaign flights. Yes.
I have
Amazing.
to throw out a shout out as well. Marcus, you definitely, at the end of last week's session, pushed things in a direction that I was, as a storyteller, so grateful for.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's amazing how you pushed for something so radical, but in such a good way that I was like, actually, fuck yeah, like
It feels so fluid. It's
Yes.
so perfect and
Yes.
on the spot for what the
Yeah.
characters would do.
yes.
I'm always a little bit anxious when I do those kind of things, and especially I have to put in perspective, I'm not often a player. I'm usually like on the GM side of the screen, and I think maybe that also gives a bit of a perspective of like how to do pacing and stuff like that. But I usually think at a certain point you have to push into a direction to keep things going, and especially in a limited format, you want to keep things moving. So, but I was anxious when I did it because I was like, I don't want to I don't want to draw all the other characters in because my character is doing something. So that's something that the audience didn't see. Is like for example, during the breaks or something, I was asking like, are all the other players okay with the direction we're going? Are we all still have the noses in the same direction? But in the end, you need to, especially in a game like Vampire, you sometimes got to take risks to fuel the drama and get to a conclusion of something.
Get those hunger dice up.
Exactly.
That's why. That's why that one time I was like, I'm actually glad when I intimidated Angel. Yeah. I'm actually glad that I turned this into a bestial failure or like a messy critical. I was like, that was so cool, and that like showcased so much drama and like heightenedness from her that I was like, there have to be some things that go wrong to like make a cool story. So
that's true. If everything works as intended, it's boring.
Yes,
exactly.
Yes.
What I know is that tonight I will go into bed with a smile on my face, knowing that with a bunch of people who have not played games in this constellation before, we've actually made a really cool story over 3 sessions, and that's a compliment to everyone here. I'm so glad this game.
100%.
I love it. Thanks, everyone.
Yeah.
Same.
Henrik, I will also say that with Rainier, I like when I look at the relationship map, the relationships that Rainier has, and the way we ended things with your final moment, I'm most excited about what is to come with Rainier if we have a second season, or I would call this a prologue, honestly. With a unnamed chronicle maybe coming.
We gotta
and perhaps a new overlay, and perhaps some vampiric guests. Hedgehog.
Stop teasing us, creeper.
Because the way you say like might and like
it sounds like it's already said and done, and it isn't, and it makes me just. Do you know this feeling when you were a kid and you drove past McDonald's and you didn't know if your parents would put up there or they wouldn't, and it just drives you crazy?
Yes.
For real. We gotta at this point.
I can see the overlay though, like a sort of like bluish orange with like palm trees, like along the dark ocean path.
That sounds so good. Start making it right now. Do it. Do it.
Do it.
Set it in stone. You know, get the hammer and the chisel. Come on.
I can see it.
Get it.
Of course, it is. 2022 is wrapping up, so all of that is up in the air. I know November, December is coming, and there are big opportunities. So let's do some last minute plugs. Talk about where we can find each other in the future of the next 2 months. Starting, of course, with the individual.
Alrighty. Well, thank you very much once again, everyone, for this fantastic game. I'm the individual. My name's Marcus, also in real life, and you can find me mostly over at Horde of Tales, where I usually run a weekly D&D 5th edition game set in Eberron. We usually play on Tuesdays. We are off coming Tuesday, but we do have on Thursday another game run by Amelia, who's running her very own game, 12 A Cold Ice, where Ines is in as well. So why don't you come check that out? And also, I want to sneakily plug something that is not directly involved with me, but which is a great project. Coming Saturday, there is going to be the Roll for Good stream on the Roll for Good channel. Fantastic. One more reason to tune in there. This is going to be a day-long stream with 3 different games. There's going to be a vampire game there, coincidentally a Vatican heist themed one. There is going to be a D&D 5th edition adventure, and it's going to be a Camp Slaughter game. All of them kind of Halloween themed. Super interesting. And we're gathering money for the organization Mermaid, which is an organization that helps out transgender kids and teenagers and is a fantastic cause to support. Tiltify link to already, if you want to donate, that Tiltify link is already up. You can find it on the Twitter and on the card. And if we reach certain points, there's going to be prizes, and there's a lot of cool prizes there. So come watch for cool games, donate for great charity and great prizes. And yeah, that's me. Thank you very much.
If I may add on to that, I can't participate in the Roll for Good charity stream this Halloween season. But I will say, please donate to the cause. Mermaid has had major issues in the last several weeks
100%.
with having to shut down their helpline because of trolls that were literally being sponsored and inspired by J.K. Rowling. I'm fucking putting it out there. Like, she is actively pushing people to harassing Mermaid. So if you can donate, I certainly will be donating, even though I won't be able to participate because I'm away. But yes, please do.
Yep. And since it's related to me, I'll be in Camp Slaughter. I'm really excited to play this game, and I'm really excited about raising money for mermaids because it is a super, super important organization in the UK, especially with everything that's going on right now. So I'm going to stop talking because I'm starting to cry now. So yeah.
We'll come back to you, Anya. Inez.
Hi, it's me, your friend Inez, who enjoyed playing the vampire game so much. I love this. This is really, really good. You can find me everywhere. Up here, it says it's Succubus Girlfriend, or with the X's in front and after it. It's not that hard to find me. Let's say that. Twitter and TikTok are the most active. Twitter is where I'll be posting most of the things that I go live on and all that stuff. But to give you a taste, I will be live on Monday right here for a Space Looks and Kill, where I will be playing Chris's Fanvire, a very big dragon lady who is very good at punching things. Yep. Let's see. Thursday, I will be over on Heart of Tales for the Demons game, the 12 game, where I will be playing Kog'Moon, a very goblin-esque demon who likes to collect everything and look at everything and is very, very curious. And I'm very excited to play in that. Then next week on Wednesday, I will be over on Lightfoot Rogue, where I will be playing more vampire, where I will be playing the vampire Letitia Dauphine, who is a sexy lady with a sword in a suit, who gets very emotional over ghosts that are with her all the time.
I heard from a little birdie that there might be, and from a little lurky birdie, that there might be a, dare I say, a Diana redemption arc coming?
There might be. I don't know if there will be. So Diana was my previous character that I played, who sadly, while fighting Dracula himself, died.
God, I love vampire.
But for some reason,
Beautiful.
Dracula has come back, and it might be that Diana will be back as well. I'm
Also,
very
are
excited
there
about
9 players in that game?
that. Kind of.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Because
Oh,
before
goodness.
we had basically a split chronicle where we had 4 people in one and 5 in the other. And we basically were like doing the campaign at the same time and like affecting each other's decision and all that stuff, which was very, very cool and a very cool dynamic. But now this is like basically like the final countdown, and so everyone's kind of like interweaving into everyone's things, and there's a lot of players, let's say, and I think next week we'll be playing with like the original cast that started everything of this, like that started the first chronicle, which will be 6 players, I think, maybe 7, and there might be a guest. I do not know.
Tune in. I love to lurk because I tend to work from home that day, so I just always have it on my laptop while I'm doing.
That's so sweet of you to say. I love it. Thank you. Yeah, it's really, really cool. So come check that out for real. I think that's all for me. Just to say that I love you very much. I hope you know, and that I love this group so much, and that this was so cool. And yeah,
Trickling on down to Henrik der Weltenweber. Speaking of excellent vampire games.
Yeah, thank you for that plug. Hi, I'm der Weltenweber. My stuff is mostly in German, so if either you speak German or you want to improve your German with some vampire stuff, you can check out my YouTube channel. I have a lot of groups running at the moment. One of them is a very, very good vampire group. Next episode is coming tomorrow with some very interesting twists in the narrative, so look forward to that. I also have some Dungeons & Dragons groups, and I also am a GM for hire. So if you like my style as a player, you should see me as a GM. And that's pretty much it from me, really.
Henrik, your game on Friday, am I mistaken in thinking that there were also like almost 9 players in that game? 7 players?
I do have a lot of players in some groups, yes.
I remember tuning in, I think it was on was it yesterday or last week?
Last Friday.
I tuned in and I was like, how many players are in this game? That was the Out of the Abyss group, right?
Last Friday was my Final Fantasy Dawn's Return group. The Out of the Abyss group is on Thursdays, alternating Thursdays.
Final Fantasy. Okay, cool. Awesome.
But yeah, that's a very large group, which actually is entering the last arc, sadly, but there's some very cool plot twists coming up on that.
Okay. Cool. And Anya, coming back to you.
Okay, so I'm halfway through October, which is my crazy month, but I'm doing a lot of stuff. I have my wall calendar, so looking at this closely. So next week on Saturday is the crazy thing. So at 9 a.m. CET, so European time, I'm going to be in Archelon, which is a new game that, like a new system that's coming out on Fool's Moon Entertainment, I think is their thing on Twitch. So that's 9 a.m. CET. I'm going to be playing in that. It's a fundraising campaign. I'm not remembering what they're fundraising for, so I'm just going to say it's fundraising, probably for queer stuff, because that's what I usually do. And then that night is Camp Slaughter at 5 p.m. CET for the Roll for Good People. And then I'm looking super fast. Okay, and then on Halloween, I'm going to be playing in a game of Monster of the Week on Dungeon Delve's channel, which I'm super excited about, especially because we're going to be having like VR puppets. So we're playing 3 sisters who are like investigating Scooby-Doo style something, and we have VR puppets that we're going to be controlling, and it's the first time I've ever done this, so I'm very, very excited about that. So that's on Halloween. I don't remember what time. It's going to be in the evening European time. And then besides that, I don't know if we've been announced yet, but everyone's confirmed. So on Girls Run These Worlds, I'm going to be playing in Regency Remixed, which is a Good Society game. And that's all of November through mid-December. So this is the longest campaign that I've ever played in, and I am very, very excited about it. Anne, who is Exo Girl Wonder, she's the GM for it, and I've played with her before, and I adore her games, and I'm so excited to play in this game. But yeah,
I'm so excited for you that you get to like play in a very, very long thing. Yeah,
like it's the longest thing that I've ever played in an actual play before, and I'm so excited.
Love it.
It'd be so much fun. But yeah, that's me.
Okay.
And I do lots of things. And I have my monthly micro RPGs on my channel. We're going to be playing Gnomesteaders next. We're going to be playing gnomes that are trying to rebuild their home. It's going to be super fun on my channel. And that's like the third weekend in November, I think.
You know what they say?
It'll be a good time.
There's no place like home.
Damn you.
Can you tell that I've had an entire glass of wine and it's a good time?
Oh, just a glass?
No, bottle.
Ah, me too.
Bottle. Entire bottle of wine is what I meant.
The fact y'all can stomach that, I'm impressed.
Yeah, we're in our 30s.
I lived in France
Inez.
for a year.
We're in our 30s, you know, don't even like start with me. Like
We're already dead inside, so.
Ah!
100%.
Better work.
Oh my gosh! Thank you so much, everyone, for hanging out tonight
Yes.
and watching us. Big
Thank
shout
you very
out
much
to
for running this group.
and thank you to the group as well. Big shout out to Hedgehog UK for being such a devoted fan of this flight.
Yeah.
We love you so much.
Seriously,
So much love.
much appreciated. It's very nice sharing bath time with you.
Okay.
If you
All
want
right.
to see Hedgehog in person or on screen, then you should tune in on Monday here at Manapod Studios for Space Fix and Kill, where he is playing with Inez and me, not Inez and I, Inez and me, where we're playing in our Starfinder actual play, Space Fix and Kill, the Year of the Scoured Stars. I will also be back then.
The
The
water,
water is cold.
You should probably get out of there, my friend. Then looking at big news. I have 2 new EU happy hours in which I'm looking for people.
Oh.
One of them is a special happy hour on November 12th. A very, very special happy hour. Marcus, I don't know if I'm quite allowed to yet.
You can lift the veil a bit.
Okay. It is a very special happy hour in which we'll be raising funds over at Horde of Tales. Please send me a message on Twitter or on Discord, Twitch, wherever, if you are interested in partaking in a very, very special EU happy hour on a different channel. And then we have another EU happy hour on November 18th, in which we are looking for players to partake in a Alien RPG one-shot.
Ooh.
So yes, if you want to, most likely die at the hands of the alien, please join us.
Nothing more, please.
Yeah.
Mother.
I literally have my my desk calendar here. I'm just like, can't do the 12th because I'm at MCM Birmingham, but
Shit.
18th. I'm
18th.
free.
Good.
Mm.
Yes. So thank you so much. We're gonna go ahead.
Wait, do you want to plug your own socials and shit?
Oh yeah, Criffle Bernal. Find me
Please.
on Twitters,
Please do.
Instagrams. Also,
Yes.
be sure to follow Manapod. Join the Discord, which you can find the links down below for announcements and things. You can find all of us in there also as well if you want to talk to us or befriend us in some way, shape, or form.
Yes.
Yeah.
I want to say that since I've found Manapot, I've been able to do many streams with them, and especially with Krifu, and that it has been such a joy, and that every time I get asked to do anything here, I just feel so honored and so loved to do this, and it's just so cool. And the people I've referred to also have mentioned that they are so thankful that I pointed them this way, because this is just so nice for European people to just have a little space that they can have cool European games in. And it's so nice. So I urge you to, if there is a casting call, at least consider to apply, because it's going to be life-changing, I swear.
Absolutely.
The
Also, Inez, can I just really quick point out, I love that we went from being mother-daughter
To dating? Yes.
to
That was amazing. That is really, really good. Horde of Tales, we played a mother and daughter relationship, where I was the mother and she was the daughter, and now we're dating with other vampires. I think this is so great. This is good.
I love it so much.
I love it a lot. It's really good.
It's so perfect.
Without further ado, I'm going to leave it there because it is
Yes.
midnight our time.
Yes.
Yes.
So even though it's
Yeah.
Saturday, it's a good log off.
Right.
Yes.
But yeah, dear viewers, thank you so much for hanging out. We're going to raid over to Vancouver by Night, who has also been supporting us in our streams the last three weeks.
Yeah.
Because they are doing Vampire the Masquerade. Whoop, whoop.
Yep.
Yeah.
Vancouver by Night. And yeah, thank you. Thank you,
Thank you.
viewers. Thank you, players. Thank you,
Oh, wait.
everyone.
There.
And we'll
All the love.
enjoy
Here, we'll do all the different kinds.
Vampire season as it has now officially begun. And be well, everyone. The night is dark and full of terrors, and winter is coming. So take care of one another.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you for
Love
joining
you.
us.
Mwah.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Have a nice night.
Bye.